Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're zeroing in on something I think a lot of you are working on. Speaking English more effectively. It's not just about knowing the words, right? It's getting them out there, sounding smooth, feeling confident.
Exactly right. So our mission today, basically, is to dig through what we know, what works, and pull out some really useful, actionable tips.
Actionable, yes.
Specifically to help you, listening right now, boost your spoken English. Think of it like finding the best tools for your communication toolkit.
Okay, good analogy. So let's start with something fundamental. We know just passively listening, like hoping it sinks in,
Yeah.
it isn't really going to cut it if you actually want to speak better.
No, absolutely not. It's like watching cooking shows, but never actually cooking.
Right, you don't get dinner that way.
You don't. So what's fascinating is the power of active language production. It's not just understanding. You need to be actively using the language.
Okay, active use. What does that look like?
Well, it can start really simply. Just thinking in English during your day, narrating your actions to yourself maybe.
Like, okay, now I'm making coffee.
Yeah. Or even just planning your next step in English in your head. And then moving to more deliberate practice, like actually speaking aloud, even if no one's there.
Right. Thinking in English, that sounds like a great low-pressure first step, sort of warming up the mental muscle.
Exactly.
So when we do move to that more direct practice, speaking aloud, how do we make that really effective, not just rambling?
Yeah, good question. If we look at skill development generally, consistent, focused repetition is key. So instead of just general talking,
Endless talking, yeah.
try specific exercises. For example, grab a picture, any picture, and describe everything you see in detail. Set a timer for 1 minute.
Okay.
Or maybe read a short news bit and then try to summarize it out loud. It gives you a clear goal for that little practice session.
I like that. It feels much more targeted than just vaguely deciding I'm going to speak English now. It's like practicing scales on an instrument instead of just noodling. Okay, now, something people often feel, well, awkward about. Recording themselves.
Ah, yes, the recording hurdle.
What's the real value there? And how can we make it feel less cringy?
Well, the value is getting objective feedback, isn't it? It's like hearing what other people actually hear when you speak.
Okay.
And then to make it less intimidating, don't try to fix everything at once when you listen back. That's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Just focus on one, maybe two specific things each time.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's your pronunciation of a tricky sound, like "ugh," or the flow of your sentences, or even how often you say or like.
Just one thing.
Small, focused adjustments. They really add up over time. Big improvements come from those small tweaks.
That makes sense. It feels less like judging your whole performance and more like editing, focusing on one specific fix. Okay, what about the next level? Actually talking with other people. How crucial is that?
Oh, interaction is invaluable, really, because you get that immediate feedback.
Real-time reactions.
Yeah, and you're exposed to natural conversation flow, different accents, how English is really used day to day. A partner might say, I didn't quite catch that, or suggest a different way to phrase something.
Helpful.
Plus, honestly, it's a fantastic confidence builder when those conversations start to click.
So that could be finding a language exchange partner online, maybe? Or working with a tutor.
Sure. Or even just chatting more intentionally with a friend or colleague who's a native or proficient speaker.
And it doesn't always have to be a formal lesson, does it? Just casual chats.
Absolutely not. Casual conversation is brilliant. It helps you get comfortable with speaking spontaneously, applying what you know in a relaxed way, and don't worry about mistakes.
Easier said than done sometimes.
I know, but try to think of them as like data points for learning, not failures. So thinking about all this, what's standing out to you as particularly useful?
For me, definitely the idea of those specific mini tasks for solo practice, like describing the picture, makes it feel less daunting, more purposeful. And also the tip about reviewing recordings, just focusing on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
That feels much more manageable than trying to fix everything.
Exactly. It's all about that focused effort, refining things bit by bit. And remember, improving your spoken English is definitely achievable. It just takes the right strategies and, crucially, consistent effort.
Right, consistency. So as you're listening and thinking about what we've talked through, which one of these ideas, these techniques, really clicks with you? Where you are right now in your learning?
Yeah, what feels like something you could realistically start doing, maybe even today.
And building right on that, considering we know practice is absolutely essential, what is one small concrete action you can commit to taking today to actively practice your spoken English? Just one small thing to get started.